talk to the people.
Ah! Woo! Yo, shout out to my girl blondlocs, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to her page. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to Thekevinspeaks. blondlocs, tell them something.
blondlocs, 55, avid workout individual, I'm a foodie by the way, but I eat healthy.
So we here, guys. Y'all see us, Prospect Park, about to talk to all the people out there about who you are, who we are, and how we could build. Yo, let's hear something, Kev.
So, what we started talking about, we started to get into an organic conversation about vulnerability. Now, vulnerability, like what it meant to us personally, from a male's perspective, but also the female perspective. So I'm very, very excited to have both of you guys here so we could flesh this out and we could talk about it. In my humble opinion, I believe men, we aren't showing up the way we need to show up, right? I feel like invulnerability is a part of that, because in vulnerability is embedded a code of authenticity. And once you start being authentic with yourself, you start being vulnerable with others, the ones that are around you, then you'll start to see gains exponentially in your life, right? So I really feel like we need to start being more proactively vulnerable and start to mend and heal some of the relationships in our life. But enough about me, what do y'all think? How do y'all feel about vulnerability?
Well, would you like to start?
Go ahead.
For me, I know that I didn't always have the gains. I didn't always work out. My mentality was a little different at that time. It changed, right? But the biggest thing for me about that change was that I had to be vulnerable. Now, but this is the thing, guys. I was put into a situation where I was not able to choose, am I gonna be vulnerable or not? No, I was, boom, put in a situation, I'm vulnerable, and I have to go through it now. I can't sit down and think about my emotions and just stress about that. I need to figure out where I'm gonna go from here. Any situation that I think of in my life so far that I've been vulnerable, I've only became a better person after that situation.
Absolutely.
When my mother had COVID, I was vulnerable as fuck. I was crying every day at her bedside, making sure that she drank her tea, didn't take that medication that the doctor gave her. When other family members was calling, asking how she's doing, you think I didn't feel vulnerable? Guess what? I didn't have time to think about myself. All I had to do was focus on her getting better. I was vulnerable. But guess what, guys? That allowed me to grow, allowed me to think in a better way. That changed my mentality. And in a way, before I started getting gains, the same way, a girl would tell me, yo, your stomach, hey, I'm dating you, you know, I'm going to the gym, what's up? You look like you need to go to the gym too. To have a woman tell me that I'm dating, you know, I'm giving her the slash, the I'm thinking I'm doing something. But then when she leaves the house every day, she goes see other men out there working hard, muscular, doing their thing, putting in that pain. She feel another type of oomph. I wasn't doing that. So that changed my mentality. That's another situation. But guess what, guys? I am here today with the gains. Not scared to tell y'all about any of my vulnerabilities, because that only made me a better man. And I've learned that through my mother, who was a woman. Feel me? So shout out to Mama Love. Y'all already know, y'all see my pages. Y'all see my channel. I always show her the love. But blondlocs,
we got another one.
What do you think about that?
I'm dying to hear you. I'm dying to hear
Well,
what
I
you
got
gotta
age
say.
and experience on all these guys. So I'm gonna speak from experience. Personally, I love a gentleman who is not afraid to show his vulnerable side. A man who's too macho is a turn off for women who of a certain age. We're not into that. If you're vulnerable, it is sexy. Vulnerability, showing the vulnerability is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But sadly, there are women who use a man's vulnerability against him. And that's why you have most men don't like to show their vulnerable side.
Yo, Kaz, OG Kaz, one of our teachers. Let's go.
I love it. Yeah, as I was saying, that's why you find a lot of guys don't like to show their vulnerable sides, because they're afraid that the woman that they're with is going to berate them, look down on them, quote unquote go to another guy who's more macho. But a man who can show his vulnerable side is a sexy man and is more of a man than those who are macho.
I actually completely love what she said, and I want to piggyback off that.
I'm gonna touch on that after, bro.
And I wanted to say, men, we're conditioned to hide our emotions. First of all, we're taught that we don't necessarily have emotions. That's not true. We have emotions. We're very emotional, but it's how you mitigate your emotions. How do you mitigate your expression of self? We need to start understanding. We have to deconstruct a lot of the myths that were told to us, that we have to push through, that we have to press on. It's okay to feel. And like she's saying to be vulnerable is to be authentic. It's to
being
just
yourself.
be real.
That's just being you. You can't get upset at yourself for being yourself, for feeling, and that's why you shouldn't get upset at anyone else for feeling. Understand that we all have emotions, and we're only human. No one is perfect, so you can't.
But you know, a lot of people, men and women, don't know how to tap into their feelings. Don't know how to tap into their inner self. And how I do it, I meditate. I meditate every single morning for an hour. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I meditate for an hour. And that dictates how my day is going to be. I don't allow circumstances to dictate to me how my day is going to be. I tell my day how it's going to be.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yo,
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
touch on that. Meditating.
Touch on that a
Yo,
little bit, babe.
very, I'm gonna face the shot. Very important. Just like she said, I also wake up 4:30 every morning. I don't do it for an hour though. I do it for 10 to 20 minutes. That's the most important thing. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a stage in my life, I'm not gonna mention exactly what it is, but just like Brawly said, there was a stage in my life too where I had to take care of my mom because my mom lost her job. She was stressed out, because she lost her job, and you know, she was expecting a lot from it. You know, she was going through a lot. She couldn't get a 401k because of papers issues and all that. I'm not gonna touch deep into it, but you know, I was also at a vulnerable stage.
Talk
you know,
about it.
I literally saw my mom fell, her eyes bleeding. I was freaking crying. I've never seen tears drop down in my I never thought I would cry, bro. That's how deep it is. Like, I literally have tears coming down in my eyes.
Let it out, bro.
But I didn't let that destroy me. You get what I'm saying? I didn't let it change me or stop working out or stop like doing things that I'm supposed to do on a normal day. But when I started meditating, when you meditate, it calms you down.
Yep.
It calms you down.
Yourself.
You could be mad. Somebody could have pissed you off yesterday.
Yep.
Somebody could piss you off today. But if you meditate tomorrow, if you wake up, you're still pissed off about that. If you sit down, you fold your legs on the ground, you could put your back behind the wall. You could start off with breathing in, breathing out.
Yo,
You could do that 10 times and then start just breathing in. And as you're breathing, just focus on your breathing. Try to work on just your breathing.
Exactly.
Just
You're breathing. As you're breathing, you count 5 times in and 6 times out. So it's, I'm gonna do an example.
Please.
I'm gonna go.
I'm learning.
Take
6.
notes.
Take notes.
So you count to 5 on your inhale and you count to 6 on your exhale. That's how you practice controlling your breathing, and that's how you control your inner being, your inner spirit.
Yes.
I think that we should have after the end of this conversation, guys, we should definitely have a little meditation tutorial.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, we can do that.
All of us meditating in it.
But remember, the
Absolutely.
purpose of this right here, the meditation is gonna help you. So when you're meditating, just focus on your breathing first. It's hard for you not to think about stuff when you're meditating. So just try to focus on your breathing.
Right.
Once you master focusing on your breathing, then you could just master just clearing your mind, not even thinking about the breathing, just thinking
Absolutely.
about nothing. Clearing your mind, giving your mind a break. Our mind is what works for 24 hours. Even when we're sleeping, we're dreaming. So the mind works, you don't even give your mind a break. And that's why people get stressed out. But yeah.
Oh my God, I'm loving the information. This leads. I want y'all to keep talking, but I want to start asking some questions to the guests we have here. Because meditation, in your quiet moments, when you're trying to be vulnerable, and let's tie it into accountability a little bit. How important is it, and how hard or easy or difficult was it to sit with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself, be accountable, and to take accountability for the things that you recognize in your quiet moments?
Well, I'm the type of person, I don't like anything or anyone to control me. So if I stay angry too long, that means that person has control over me. Never allow anyone to have any type of control over you. So even if you do get angry, you're entitled to get angry. Everybody's entitled to it. But it's how you control that anger and the energy. So what I do my breathing exercise all through the day. A client will piss me off. I'm in real estate. I'm in the real estate sales. So you know, I'm coming across all different types of personalities and brokers and agents, and those are the ones that really can get you to that level. But what do? I smile, and as I'm smiling, some people say, "Woosa."
Whatever works for you.
I just do it silently, and then guess what? I'm in control. I'm centered again. Never allow anybody to take you off kilter, off center. Always stay centered, and you control every situation that you're in. I'm a control freak, so control your emotions, control every aspect of your life.
So quick question. So if somebody pissed you off right now, what would you do? Like if somebody did something that just kind of switched your mood, what would you do? They're
not allowed to.
Okay.
Why? Because I meditated this morning, and I've already dictated how people are going to treat me and how my day is going to be.
Okay.
So if somebody said something that would have pissed me off, it wouldn't piss me off because I've already centered myself.
I was expecting a different answer, but she killed it.
Keys, guys.
I'll soak this all in, guys.
So what would you say, Broly?
For me, meditation is very important. I used to have anger issues, and I didn't know how to release my anger. One of the ways of me releasing my anger or energy is me ahhing. Yeah, y'all see me all the damn time. That's the way that I release my energy. Meditation is one of the keys that allowed me to understand that I had this problem. So a lot of times, if I don't meditate, when I don't meditate, I am meditating, because sometimes people get you in a situation and it's so easy to just react. You know, I'll take a breather, take a second to breathe, process my thoughts, and then I'll react after that. And then I'm more collective. I'm more in tune with who I am and what they're doing. I understand that they're hurt, because probably most likely they're hurt because only hurt people try to hurt people.
Exactly.
If you are in a state of mind that is positive and your energy and your aura is in that type of vibe, you will not go around telling people negative things.
Absolutely.
So I understand that. So instead of me reacting in a way that combats with them and have us being in a battle, I'll show them love. I tell people all the time, if you kill anybody, kill them with love. I'll kill all my enemies with love every day. If I work with you and I see you hate me, by the next day, you will think in your head, we are best friends, but we are not. I just love you, bro. I love you, sis. I love y'all people.
That's the real.
You feel me? And that's real.
That's real.
If you were born in a room that no being was in by itself, you would not survive. You would probably reach an age, if they just gave you food and you didn't see nothing, you just saw food every day and you ate it, you would not survive. You will not go past a certain age without going crazy. You will kill yourself. You will commit suicide. We need each other.
We need each other.
We need each other as people.
We learn
no matter what race you are, you need each other. We need each other. We as people, we as human beings need each other's energy to be able to flourish. They always said it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
Guess what? Even when you're an adult, sometimes you still have that childish mind state. And you still need the people around you to influence the way that you think. So you're not too old. Even when you're 40, 30, 50, 55, you will always still learn new things.
So Kev, what you got to say about that? Like, how would you react if, you know, somebody said something that would upset your mood?
Well, I think, like I said, to elaborate a bit on what both of them have been saying, is I've been learning to understand that we all have trauma and we all are hurt in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And in understanding that, trying to react differently, right? Trying not to react, to respond. I have a really good friend, Edison Bond, shout out my guy E, and we talked a lot about this idea of responding as opposed to reacting to what's going on. So for me, when I'm really sitting down or something were to happen to me, what I'm gonna try to do is I process, do you really even have an issue with me, right? Do you know me well enough to have an issue with me? Like, is what we're going through worth the detriments that there are in life? No one's trying to get locked up. I'm not trying to lose my life. I have a daughter, I have a child. So for me, when I engage as an adult, it's paramount for me to understand that I have to recognize some people have trauma and I have to try to sidestep those situations. What is true is that we can't avoid everything in life, right? So we kind of have to be careful about how we fine tune and walk that balance. But like I said, I really like the idea of stopping everything, quieting the moment, slowing the moment down, right? Giving yourself a time to process and think. There's nothing wrong with pausing, taking a second to truly think, is this a situation that needs my energy? In 5 minutes, is this gonna be important to me? God forbid if this escalated, am I willing to deal with the consequences? Is it worth all of that?
Yeah, this is good.